It's not every day you get a new Nissan race car, and this is the ultimate race car, the new Nissan GT-R GT500, built to a new set of technical regulations which are being introduced next year, 2017. Well, this is the first test car running at Suzuka. The pictures you're seeing on screen will be all of that, and the regulations are slightly different. The aerodynamics are toned down slightly compared to 2017 to reduce downforce but also reduce aerodynamic drag. So you'll see lower cornering speeds but possibly higher top speeds. It's a trend that it's kind of opposite to the trend to what you'll see in Formula 1, where you're having higher top speeds, so lower top speeds and higher cornering speeds. Well, in Super GT, the cars have got slightly shorter by about 50 millimeters, and a lot of that difference, in fact the entire change for that, comes from a reduction in the front overhang, the bit of bodywork that goes beyond the front wheel to the very front of the car. That's 50 millimeters shorter, so that will reduce the front end downforce slightly. That's quite interesting to see. The back of the car, the design line, and this is the fictional line along the side of the car, which you can see quite neatly illustrated in these pictures of the car in the black and white dazzle strip. Everything in that area, at the rear of the car, there's less freedom at the back, so that means you have to essentially get a bit more manufacturer identity, a bit more road car style in the back of the car. Looking at the design line, you can see it quite clearly on these pictures. You see the black bodywork of the car. That's pretty much the same as 2016, but the dazzle strip section, the white and black section at the bottom, that's all new. That's the 2017 bodywork, and that's where the downforce savings come from. There's a smaller diffuser, there's a much wider rear wing, up from 1400 millimeters to 1900 millimeters, so nearly a 2 meter wide rear wing. And it's just going to make the balance of the cars slightly different, as well as the aero performance of the cars overall. So you're going to be, as I say, lower downforce, but perhaps a slightly different aerodynamic balance. And it's going to be very difficult to see how the engineers are going to deal with this in the run-up to the opening round of the season. The power units of the cars are staying the same as they were, though there is a constant evolution going on. So we're still going to see this fantastic, beautiful 2-litre direct injection Nissan turbocharged engine putting out 650 brake horsepower. However, if you were one of those funny people who wanted to put a hybrid on your car, you're no longer allowed to do that. Hybrids have been outlawed for 2017 officially, even though no team had actually run one in 2016, because the only manufacturer who did found it was just a bit of a boat anchor on the back and slowed the whole car down. So here you can see that much bigger rear wing at that much smaller diffuser. You can see how there's a bit more manufacturer identity in the rear of the car. That the back panel of the car is a lot more like a real road-going GT-R. Of course, it's pure carbon fibre, pure race bred. The dimensions are slightly different, but that design line has gone right down, so there's less freedom at the rear of the car. And look how much more simple that is compared to a 2016 car. The diffuser is tiny compared to what we have in 2016 as well, so that is a real big change for these cars, and it totally shifts the aero balance. From the side of the car, you can really see how the regulations work, with the black panelled section pretty much staying the same as it was in 2016. The black and white section below, that is all new. That's the new to 2017 componentry. It's generally a low downforce package, but the front of the car is much shorter, and that is going to make a big difference in downforce overall, slowing the cars in the corners and making them a lot harder to drive. It'll be quite interesting to see how they get on in the wet. There will be at least 4 of these new Nissan GT-Rs competing in next season's Super GT Championship, possibly 5, and we're hoping to bring you some extra news on that from NISMO TV News, maybe from the NISMO Festival later this year.